Today, we're going to look at two very different controversies that hit the family recently. One is this huge public debate about parenting, and the other, it's a swirl of rumors they shut down like fast. It really shows you how they handle different kinds of heat.
So let's get into it. How on earth does a 12-year-old's outfit, worn in Rome, of all places, spark this global debate about parenting? Well, it all kicked off with just one look. A look that put Kim Kardashian right back in a very familiar and very public hot seat.
So, let's break this down. First up, we have Act 1, the parenting debate.
All right, so here are the details. Northwest gets photographed out and about in Rome, and boom, the internet just laser focuses on three things: this corset top she's wearing, the blue hair, and what looks like a dermal piercing on her finger. And let me tell you, the reaction was, well, it was massive.
The backlash was, it was immediate and it was intense. Social media just exploded with comments, a lot of them from other parents, really going after Kim's choices. The main argument? That the whole look was just way too grown up for a 12-year-old.
But here's the thing, this wasn't really just about one outfit. No way. This whole thing tapped into a story that's been bubbling up for years, a narrative about Kim's specific parenting style and, her dynamic with North.
Yeah, for a long time now, there's been this storyline. We've even seen it play out on their own show, right? That Kim kind of struggles to say no to North, that maybe she wants to be her friend a little more than she wants to be the parent.
And get this, it's not just random people online. Even her own sister, Chloe, has called her out on it. On the show, she's basically said, hey, I run my house very differently, and she's even called Kim's household way too chaotic.
So the criticism is coming from the public, it's coming from inside the house, but you know what? Kim herself has pretty much admitted it. She said she can be a total pushover, because sometimes it's just easier to give in and say yes than to deal with a big tantrum.
So this is where you really see the two sides of the argument form. On one hand, you've got this chorus of people saying the outfit is totally inappropriate. But then, on the other hand, a really strong defense starts to build up, with a powerful counter-argument that celebrity kids should be completely off-limits to this kind of public scrutiny.
And that defense got a huge signal boost from Bethany Frankel, from The Real Housewives. She really jumped into the conversation, and she was passionate about it. Her whole point was, look, I don't care whose kids they are. Kids are off-limits, period.
She basically argued that you have to look at the context. North's parents are Kim and Kanye. Her family life is, as Frankel put it, extraordinary. We're talking about an upbringing that is just not normal, right? So it kind of makes sense that her self-expression, her clothing choices might reflect that super unique reality. Okay, so that's Act 1. Now let's shift gears to Act 2, the rumor mill. Because while all this was happening with Kim, her mom, Kris Jenner, was caught in a totally different kind of media storm.
So all of a sudden, the internet just decides, almost overnight, that Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the whole family, and her longtime partner, Corey Gamble, had secretly broken up. And this is after, almost 10 years together.
And look, this didn't come out of nowhere. The speculation was being fueled by a few public appearances where they just seemed a little tense, People pointed to this one moment caught on camera at a Beyoncé concert, and then there was a story about them having a disagreement in Italy. A lip reader even claimed that Kris insisted on traveling alone in a separate water taxi. Little things like that.
But right when these rumors were reaching a fever pitch, bam, TMZ drops a story that just completely flips the script. A source, someone clearly close to them, comes out and says, nope, not only are they totally fine, they're actually laughing about all these rumors.
And this wasn't just a simple denial. The report went through and shot down the speculation piece by piece. This whole idea that Corey was after her money, the source called that freaking hilarious, pointing out that they're both financially successful on their own and have never supported each other. And then, to really hammer the point home, they show up at a gala, arm in arm, looking totally fine.
And just to put the final nail in that rumor's coffin, sources reminded everyone of a pretty important number: 10. As in 10 plus years. They've been together since 2014, which in the world of celebrity relationships is a pretty long and stable run.
So when you put these two stories side by side, what's the big takeaway? It seems like whether it's a messy public debate they have to kind of ride out, or a private rumor they can just shut down immediately, this family has an incredible knack for staying right in the center of the conversation.
And really, both of these controversies leave us with a much bigger question, one that's not just about the Kardashians, but about all of us. In this age of social media and constant eyeballs, where is the line between public commentary and a family's private life? It's a question worth thinking about, because that line seems to get blurrier and blurrier every single day.